All right, boys, welcome back to another episode of State of Decay 2 Lethal Zone Homecoming. I'm your host, Get Good Fox, and wouldn't you believe it? Wouldn't you believe it? It turns out we still need more building materials. You know, I know I got you on that one. Like, you guys thought that we had enough, but it turns out we don't actually have enough. You know, isn't that a thing? Who would have saw that coming? But that's what we are going to do. But in reality, once we get there and maybe try to loot, maybe I might not even get one. But what's going to happen is we're going to have some story quests that stop me from getting ye old building materials. So it's getting a little hard to find them. I'm sure there's some that are like kind of isolated around the area. We could also, nope, still got about a minute and a half to go. One thing I want to do is, okay, it looks like we don't have, basically if I drive by any allies, I want to try to stop in with them and see if they have any for sale. Also, so some people are, they'll be like, "What, Fox? All you ever do is use the trade depot, and it just makes the game so easy." Well, we basically haven't been playing with the trade depot. Okay,
better be listening, because I'm in deep shit out here.
Oh, interesting. So we haven't even begun Tressie's quests yet. What do you know? My prediction was correct. You know what? Screw you, Survivor. I am going to prioritize my time on important things, like getting building materials and I guess getting the Tressie. I didn't realize we had not started the Tressie quest line.
Seems clear for now. But with a plague heart around, that won't last.
Okay, we gotta get rid of some of these jerks. Anyways, about the trade depot, it's just one of those things where, it just makes the game, like, every episode is, "Hey guys, looks like I need building materials." Next episode, "Hey guys, gonna have to find some building materials." Like, it's not making the game harder, it's just making the game longer. It's just making every episode feel the same. Like, what do you know, Fox needs some building materials. What a shocker there. And the trade depot, it just keeps the episodes flowing at a good pace. And that's why I use them. And, I don't think it makes the game easy. I think it makes the pacing of the game good. There we go. Okay, so we got one. That is a quest item because those weird Z-thumping guys want something. I'm not giving it to them. Let's see, can we find more while we are here? Unfortunately, this location was pre-looted, very sad. No. I did clean my controller, so hopefully it's more accurate. Can we phone in? Yes, we can.
I say we call around to find a good scavenging spot.
What about this one? Bingo.
We've got people on it.
I sure hope it doesn't choose that exact location I'm going to visit. Okay, where is it? Oh, thank God, it's somewhere totally different. Very nice. Okay, so how much building materials do we need? I don't know, probably about 60, I would estimate. Because we need enough to fully upgrade the 2 training locations, and then we're going to need enough for the level 3 lounge. And let me tell you, that level 3 lounge is going to need it's going to need a lot of building materials. Like, not only does it go up to level 3, but it's a large facility, so it is not going to be playing around. There we go. Okay, so that's 10. Oh, we haven't even maxed out the radio, the command center. Oh, that's something that we're currently upgrading. Oh, we
I'm still seeing too much bioelectric interference from
upgrade the command center. I guess it forgot that I clicked the button earlier. But yeah, we're supposed to be upgrading that. The base is coming together. Here's the good news. The good news is, I'm talking over her because we already heard that dialogue, if you're wondering. The good news is that the building materials are all refunded when we change bases. So, in the end, once we get the building materials the first time... Ooh, what about this area? Ooh, that looks like a good spot. Let's go ahead and help Tressie. So I've actually fully completed Tressie's quest in my standard zone, and that's because Tressie popped up very, very early. What's interesting about Tressie is that you do get a unique item at the end of her quest line. It is fairly long, but it's not especially difficult except for the final part. Like, I'll have to, dress for, like, war, basically, on the final part. And I wouldn't even call it hard, but, like, can't go in with my standard equipment. I gotta actually be equipped. So, as you can see, they make so much noise that zombie over there actually heard it.
Looks like nobody.
Hey there, I'm Tracy. Thanks for coming. I got chased in here by some Zeds, and
Yeah,
I
they're
didn't feel
still
safe
here,
on my
by the
own.
way. No, you don't. Okay, so let's get a look at Tressie. Maybe we can even get a screenshot with her. Yeah, let's try that. Let's get a screenshot with Tressie. Let's knock all these down. And what I'm going to do is de-equip my ranged weapon. And normally that would get that big old ugly circle right there. But because the heads-up display is off, we actually get like a really clean-looking image right there. So very nice. Okay, enough of those shenanigans. Bam, 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 bam. And let's get my weapon back on. So yeah, Tressie does not have a unique model.
I need help clearing out some Zeds before I could scavenge.
Will you
up
trade
for
with
it?
me? So Tressie has a ton of food, sometimes also medicine, but mainly food stuff.
I need help clearing out some Zeds before I could scavenge. You up for it?
Asking for details?
Marshall's a scary place. It's always nice to have friends around here. And if what I'm working on pans out, well, I'll be a good friend to have.
Okay, so we heard her explanation.
So, you up for helping me out?
Short and sweet,
Good.
I guess.
That's good. You're in charge. That Zed must have heard us.
Gathering up the bolts. Now, Tressie's quests are interesting. I mean, like, we'll see why in a moment. I guess I won't spoil it. Just because I know what happens, I'm not gonna, like, I'll let you guys see it when we get there. And it's not too far away. In fact, I think most of her quests, fortunately, take place in the general Marshall area and some of the outskirts. So, like, to this day, like, that is just not a mechanic I like. Regular zombies screaming, because there's, like, basically no counter to that other than just never being detected, ever. Oh my god, I got away with it. That's amazing. Although I'm surprised, I don't even see the screamer. Poke the blow. Okay, did that screamer over there stagger me?
You know, if you're gonna explore Marshall, there's something you need to see.
There we go. We're, a little bit on the sluggish side since we're using a normal crossbow, but I'm starting to run low on light bolts. Let's go ahead and loot this, I guess. Oh. Not I guess, I'll take it. Okay, so I guess he found what he was looking for, or she found.
Okay, let's do it.
Want to know why the military was down here in such force? Come with me and I'll show you. I'll mark
Sure.
the location on your map.
So this was the
Not far.
courthouse? No, it was. It is still the courthouse. It says it right there, county courthouse. That is a lot of bad guys. Let's try to find a way. No, the objective's far enough that those guys will.
We got a horde incoming.
They'll lose interest. So over here we go. So this location we're going to is interesting because it's actually a home base location in the original state of Decay, but not in Heartland or in
I'm gonna
Trumbull
show
Valley.
you something called the plague wall.
Hold on, a plague wall? That sounds dangerous.
Relax, it's totally inert, completely safe.
Yeah, right. Oh.
These are plague walls. Well, they used to be. A few months back, they basically took over downtown Marshall.
Come on, these things couldn't take over shit.
You weren't here. Luckily, somebody figured out how to destroy them before they spread too far.
By somebody, you mean the army, right?
Sort of. They threw everything they had at the walls, but nothing worked. Finally, one of their scientists cracked the code and built a bioweapon that took them down. Honestly, we got lucky. Could have been a lot worse. Time for me to head home.
Okie dokes, whatever you say, Miss Tressie. I don't really agree with the dialogue here when he's like, oh man, I can't believe those plague walls were taking things over. I mean, just look at this place. Like, there is, like, biological matter, like, just growing out of buildings everywhere in the downtown Marshall area. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, you could confirm that they were, like, growing out of control. So, like, I definitely...
Well, I guess it's time for me to clean up the mess you made while I was recovering, huh?
I definitely do not feel any synergy with the dialogue there.
Fucking plague zombies must think.
And she's like, you know, you weren't there. I don't think I would need to be there. I would be able to just look that there's these weird, basically alien growths coming out of these buildings, and I can say, yeah, I'll take your word for it. Alrighty, in we go.
Thanks for the company.
This is her home.
Little tour was educational. Marshall is plenty dangerous, but not as bad as it used to be. And if you're looking to scavenge, it has plenty to offer.
I hope it has building materials.
What keeps you in Marshall?
I'm studying the ruins left by the destroyed plague walls. They have some intriguing properties, even though they're not biologically active, technically speaking. At the moment, I only have some theories, but if they pan out, it could be a real breakthrough. If I need a helping hand, I'll give you a call. It's always nice to have a friend watching your back out here.
Okay, do you become friendly?
You take care
Become
of yourself.
friendly? Maybe?
Powder dry, buddy.
Nope, still neutral. Okay, so I'm not going to sell to her. I'll take the full price. Like, I'm not hurting for it that bad. I want to go to over here, though. This is the residential neighborhood, and if I remember right, well, not remember, we actually just physically saw some sheds there that say that they have building materials. But in addition to that, there should be a unfinished building that is actually a material location. So, like, we could get probably 2 at the minimum rucksacks of materials. That means we'll be driving home with 20, which is pretty solid. You know, I'd be pretty satisfied with that. Let's see if we get lucky or if we get driven away. But yeah, now we've opened up yet another side quest. So I believe if you're trying to get Tressie to activate, I'm pretty sure you just need to... I'm pretty sure you just have to get close to Marshall and she'll contact you. No one inside. Shut the door. I'm guessing, yeah, I don't have tactics on I'm not even close to maxing it out, so I'm not going to fast loot just because I don't want to, like, start, like, my own custom siege. There we go. Let's throw this in the air. Looks like we're going to get our own little siege anyways. Oh, well, I'll take it out. What's the harm in it? No, you don't. Sometimes I get a little greedy and I rely on the my auto attack animation because one of the rules is the zombies can't. Let me see if I can get. I'm being greedy again. I should just eat some snacks. So one of the rules is as long as I'm in an attack animation. From the front, the zombies aren't allowed to, like, bite me. Like, they can't actually successfully grapple with me. Sometimes I get a little greedy, trusting that a bit too much, and then, like, I'll get bit because I'm just being dumb. Okay. Now that we dealt with them, let's see if maybe we get a second rucksack out of here. Very doubtful, but let's give it a shot anyways. And I see we revealed another shed.
All that work for this?
Parts will stack. That's pretty much all I want from these places is parts, electronic parts, and materials. Seeds, that will stack, but I have a feeling we won't get any more seeds. And also, I don't feel like I have a whole lot of use for seeds. Let's put some of these things in here that are probably not going to stack any further. Okay, so the building material location has been looted. But all of these say they have a rucksack in them, so looks like we're gonna walk away with 3 rucksacks, unless they cheat me out of one.
Seems clear for now. But with a
Hey, listeners, Twain here. We placed a lot of hope in our government, didn't we?
Oh boy,
And
old
we all
Twain.
forgot that the powers that be, They only look after the powers that be. That's why the network says power to the people. And as always, keep the faith out there.
How about you keep the building materials out here? Okay, I'm getting a bunch of stuff that's junking up my inventory since we can't actually stack those up. And I really can't loot too much more.
Can't forget about that.
I'm probably going to leave those unlooted just so I know I should come back and finish looting there. It looks like I have room for one more rucksack, so let's try hitting this location over here. And I'm pretty much going to take only the rucksack. If it's not the rucksack, I'm probably not going to take it. In we go.
It's me!
Oh, not clear. I was about to declare it. Oh, we got this guy too. That's the end of him. Alrighty, give me my final rucksack. Man, we're actually going to bring back quite a bit of gear. So I think I've decided that we're at some point in time, we're probably going to kick Sweta out. And the reason for that is because I don't think gardening is a thing anymore. Like, I believe, like, we're basically switching from, like, the agriculture meta. I mean, the switch was done, you know, so this is, like, super new information, but I feel like we're basically going into, like, a food reduction meta instead of a food production meta, basically. I'm probably just gonna have to shoot this thing. It's just too dead center. And, what it basically means is using this to get enacting the rationing. But what would basically, I think the most meta strategy would be if you can find 3 characters with the meal plan. It gives you the 25% reduction in food consumption, but it stacks up to 75. That's the best it can do. Right now, we can hit the best because we get 50% from the kitchen meal plan, or the rationing. And then we get the other 25% for a total of 75% from Hannah. And that is really strong. To put it in perspective, it means on the standard zone where you eat 1 food per character, typically, that character will eat 1/4 of a food. And that means it will take 3 people on standard, or 4 people on standard zone to eat 1 food. And on lethal zone, that would take, it would take a person who eats 2 food down to half a food. So it would take 2 people to eat 1 food on the lethal zone. And that means like they would eat less food than they would on standard zone by default, which is absolutely insane. And if you can get the 3 characters that give you the 25% reduction, then you wouldn't even need the kitchen anymore. And I think that would basically be the way to go. I think that's kind of like the new, the most meta of food management. And yeah, because the rationing, it does give you
Shall we discuss a proposal?
I can't believe the bounty broker is still sending me... There are no bounties to do. I have done all of the bounties. There are no bounties left to do. Like every single day, I would not be able to accept even a single bounty from the bounty broker because I've completed them all. But yeah, I believe that is the new meta for managing your food. I mean, you could have done it in the old game as well, but like I think that that's just really a big thing, especially due to lethal zone. And yeah, that's kind of what we're going to try to build towards. Maybe not like the 3 meal prep, just because that's not really something I can plan for. Like those people, they're just going to, you just got to get lucky and find them. But yeah, that's the direction that I want to go. And hopefully that'll free up another facility. Okay, so let's see. We can put 1, 2, 3, 4.
Supplies delivered.
That takes us up to 30, so we can put that one in too. That puts us at cap. Now we can throw all of this in. And let me see, can we get building on anything? Almost in 1 minute. I guess, you know what, I think I'm just going to get the command center out of the way. Like, we just need to max out the command center. because it's just something that needs to... Oh, that's another thing I found. So we found the all-in-one workout system. That was a very lucky find. I found it in just any random warehouse searching for materials, and there it was. That's going to give us an extra 5 stamina and an extra 5 health. 5 health is basically like leveling up 2 stars in fighting, so, you know, it's not bad. And plus, what else were we going to put in that facility slot? Anyways, let me gear up and we'll find out where we're going next. Alright, welcome to North Fairfield, and I just remembered that we did that call-in for the building materials, so that is what we're going to do next. Try to get... Hopefully it doesn't despawn, because I do know that if you don't do it in time... It doesn't show a timer, but it's got a timer, and if you don't do it in time, it just vanishes on you, and it's just like, oh, you didn't want building materials? Well, screw you, no refunds. And I'm guessing that it's going to be in here. That would be my guess. And that's because this place looks like it would have building materials since it's like a factory. Locked. I think I spotted a horde briefly on the radar.
A lot of trash in here, but nothing I can use.
No, you don't. So this is what I'm talking about, like swordplay. You know, I know a lot of people love swordplay. The thing about swordplay is it's not very consistent. Sometimes it's amazing, and you just get like one hit, like right there. And then right after that, I had a 4-hit. And sometimes you get multiple 4 hits in a row, and that lack of consistency is really what prevents me from declaring swordplay just that best weapon. I think one of the ways you can, because like a lot of people are just very convinced that swordplay is the best melee skill.
Hello to all my neighbors out there. This is Tressie Huerta again, down in Marshall. I've met some of you, but I know more folks are coming to Trumbull Valley every day. I didn't grow up here myself, but I've been around long enough for it to become home. And I'm amazed at how well we've bounced back from some bad times. This valley thrived once, and if I have anything to say, it will again.
It sounds like she's pretty committed to helping this town. Good for her.
See, yeah, like Tressie's one of these, like, up and at 'em, gonna get that done. But I think one of the really easy ways to see the limitations of swordplay is when you play Daybreak, and like if you see someone who's using either just the red talon knife on its own or a blunt weapon, you can just see like the differences in the effectiveness right there, just because the bladed weapons, you just can't hack through the enemies fast enough because you can't trust the lethality. Like I said, sometimes you do fantastic and you get like 1-hit kill, 1-hit kill. Other times you just get 4 hits, 3 hits, and it just takes forever to chop through everything. Whereas striking, especially since they improved it where you always get the quick execution, and the quick execution, it's either the fastest execution in the game or it's tied with the fastest execution in the game. That would be, this place has like really scattered areas to loot. That would be the close combat ground execution. It's either faster than that or it's tied with it. Either way, it's really just like lightning fast, and you knock enemies over and bam, you can just like plow through them with executions. Like, it's pretty nuts. So that doesn't mean I don't enjoy using swordplay. It's still a very fun skill, and I'll always pick a swordplay, like 1 or 2 swordplay, just because sometimes I'm just in the mood to use swordplay. But like in terms of like optimal decision making, like I think close combat, I think basically all of the other skills are more optimal than swordplay, and that's because with close combat, close combat's just really good, especially when mixed with powerhouse. But so is striking now. Striking is also really good when mixed with powerhouse because you can do basically the same thing. You can grab zombies, do the old bolero, and now striking has the ability to rapidly execute enemies in the same way that striking does. So it turns out that, yeah, they're both just really good. And even Endurance. Endurance has the ability where you just get just an absolute ton of health and injury resistance, which makes that a good character for duking it out with hostile humans at a high difficulty, where you're worried about those like nasty gunshot injuries. Like, where are the last? Hold on a second. I'm gonna look for these last things. Okay, here's one. Looks like one of them is the receptionist desk. I have a feeling that we are not finding the building materials here.
Yeah, I bet I'll be using this.
Like, that is increasingly becoming my opinion. Oh, got him. There we go. And we'll give you the chopperoni. And we'll give you the chopperoni. And you get the chopperoni. Now we gotta find this last one. Oh, found it. The locker room. Yeah, we're not gonna find building. This is not gonna have building materials in it. So it looks like I did not correctly predict that one. And can I do anything to make room? Nope. Oh well, we're just gonna leave it behind because I'm gonna forget about it anyways. And we got another horde. And let's slice these guys up real quick. There we go. Okay, next location. Oh, I should have looked at that shed just up ahead. That shed is gonna have it. Fling this guy off. And I can't believe it. Like we're only being partially interrupted by
if I'll ever get used
quest
to the
objectives.
smell around a plague heart.
No, you don't. Choppinate. And let's get over here. Oh, someone's in here. Too slow. Oh yeah, this is it right here. This conveniently placed cardboard box. Very suspicious. Looks very suspiciously like a radio call. Bingo.
I'm homeward bound. Gotta drop
Of
something
course,
else first.
that doesn't fit either. I kind of want to check to see if there's any other building materials in this area as well. Throw this in the back. All that for just one. Oh, I could have just thrown some stuff. Okay, looks like we can grab that thing. We can grab this over here. Where is it? There it is. And I am going to jump cut to something interesting. Okay, so it looks like this shed actually. Oh, looks like someone's following me here. Oh, no, wasn't a headshot. This shed looks like it has building materials. It is occupied by a plague guard, but fortunately I don't have my allies with me. Ooh, what are you selling? Spare parts, not materials.
If it ain't the heat, it's the humidity.
Yep. Had a feeling we'd have some enemies in here. Let's just quickly give them the chopperoni. Oh, that execution is rather slow. No, you don't. The chop.
I need a break.
No. There we go. Are there any more? I think we're clear. Okay, so we don't have the inventory, not even in the Wichita, to loot everything. So let's just look for the building materials, and then let's loot the things that are more likely to have. Wait, that's just the plague guard. Sometimes the plague guard sounds like it's like making a speech, and that psychs me out. Oh, I'm using my new headset finally. Yeah, I got my new headset in. Oh, that'll stack. I chose a Bear Dynamics headset. Apparently Jacksepticeye used that for a long time. That's kind of how I pick my headset. It's like, if it's good enough for them, then it'll be good enough for me. And we might be able to get 2 here, but I doubt it. Yeah, I'm just gonna, we can always come back another time, but yeah, it's a really, really nice headset. At first, I didn't understand what to do with it because it ends in a 1/4-inch audio jack, and I'm like, this thing is huge. Like, that's never gonna fit in. But then I realized I could get an adapter to shrink its like gigantic girth from the 1/4-inch to an 1/8 inch, which is the size of your stereo, your typical everyday stereo audio jack. Oh, it sounds absolutely amazing, though, and it's very, very comfortable. Like, it completely goes over your ear, meaning it doesn't, like, crush your ear, which, like, makes your ear get kind of sore after a while. And it's just, like, an absolutely gorgeous headset, and I figured, hey, you know what? I am a professional YouTuber, right? I make a living off of this.
I got myself a badass lab. I need to work on my evil laugh. Waha! Okay, needs practice.
All we did was upgrade the command center. This guy is weird. All right, so we are home, and we can dump all of this great stuff in and definitely not give any of it at all to the Zed Thumpers, and let's see what we have accomplished in the episode. Okay, so the first thing was, on the way home, I ran over a wimp, and that happened to be the straw that broke the camel's back and upgraded us into the Hero Bonus satellite radios, minus 20% on most radio cooldowns. That's actually, like, amazing. And it's almost like getting 2 outposts, and that's because we go right over here. You can see find other survivors. The cooldown has been reduced to 20 minutes. Normally it's 45 minutes. I actually don't know why it's so. We must have some effects right now. Let's see. Radio. Oh, look at that. More radio cooldowns. The friendly faces service. So normally what you would have to do is capture. I'll show you the exact one I'm using in my standard zone. This right here, the South Fairfield cell tower. There are multiple ones, but each one reduces radio commands by 20%. But you got to eat up an outpost to do it. So normally this would be a 45-minute ability. One outpost would knock it down to about 34 minutes. A second outpost knocks it down to 24, and then it caps out at one more at 20 minutes. Normally, I only do 2 sources, so a 40% reduction, because, a third outpost just to shave off 4 minutes, it would be 24. It's not a big deal, but oh my god, being able to use this ability every 20 to 24 minutes is amazing. You can just fill the map up with allies, and it does 2 important things. One, it lets you recruit people who are good, and even if you have good people, you can constantly recruit people to find even better people. Like, for example, you could just constantly recruit people in search for more people who have a meal plan, for example, and you can do that way faster. I mean, because this is half the time. 45 minutes is the base time, but another thing it's really good for is getting your guys to the allied level. Sometimes there's really good bonuses. One example is, I don't think we have any good ones here. That one's not too good. Morale is okay. But on my standard zone, I have one that gives +1 food and +2 beds. That's amazing. That's awesome. That is something that's going to definitely influence the what your base and other outposts look like, and the faster you can generate your allies, the better that is. But going back to his hero trait, this is so hacking gives you 1 outpost, and then this is the equivalent of having a cell tower outpost. So it's almost like he gives you 2 outposts, because he gives you 1 definite outpost and then kind of a second technical outpost, as long as it is a cellular tower. So it's absolutely incredible. He is hands down the best character. So this has been upgraded to level 3. Let's go ahead and get the satellite broadcast going so that we can increase our influence. We went ahead and installed the signal booster. So as you can see, we now have 7 outposts. So 4 of them come from the level 3 command center. That's what you get by default. 2 of them come from the signal booster, and then the 7th one comes from the Red Talon hacker. And when you think about all the, we can just fill it up with things that can upgrade to level 3. It's going to be really, really strong. So I think the only things left to upgrade is we need 25 materials for the shooting range. We need 25 materials for the gym. I'm going to go ahead and just build our heavy upgrade kit right here. Let's just go ahead and spend the 10 materials, because now we can actually tear down the auto shop. We actually don't need it anymore. So this goes away, and that gets us up to 33. Let's go ahead and promote what trader. We only have 1 trader, and let's see. Do you have anything that's going to hinder your standing? So you have nothing that hinders your standing, which is really nice. So that means when we demote her, it's not going to be that big of a deal to re-level her back up. Into Hannah that we go. So trader leader assigned. And now we can go directly into, here it is, the trade depot. The trade depot is going to let us get those remaining building materials to get, because we need Probably closer to like maybe like 75, because like this is 50 on its own, 25 plus 25, and then like I imagine it's gonna take like 40ish or something to get the level 3. What do you call it? And then we'll need even more when we get more large facilities. So we need just an absolute truck ton of building materials. But today was very productive. I'm actually glad we didn't get too hassled by the story quest. Not that I don't like doing the story quests. Some of them pay out like fantastically as well. But like I was really hoping to just get an episode in with just some good old-fashioned material farming, and man, we really raked them in, even on the lethal zone, but like it's just getting started. We need so many more. Like for all the upgrades we've made, we still have a ways to go. Anyways, let me know what you think down in the comment section. Like the video if it was entertaining. Subscribe for future Lethal Zone Homecoming State of Decay content. Of course, remember that you don't have to be good to get good.